Meet sailing yacht Avanti and her crew, Gerard and Jacqueline. We left Cape Town in December 2021 on our floating home, heading west on an adventure of a lifetime around the world. We are planning a short trip away and our Uber is on its way.
Wat denk je goed doen? Hou vast. Hou vast.
After getting our scooter and filling up, a local suggested we take the southern route to Kuta instead of the Google Maps suggested one. With no idea what lay ahead, we were off. The majority of the road was actually in very good condition, but some parts did remind us of the small town roads we find in South Africa. The road to Kuta is about 85 kilometers, and the southern way round took us just over 2 hours to complete. The southern route was much further than expected, and our bums were definitely not happy with us. But the views over the Indian Ocean and the water buffalo we spotted next to the road made up for it.
That was such a beautiful drive, and on Google Maps it said it was going to be a gravel road, but actually it was beautiful tar road. Some places where you could see the water, the rainy season mud on the tar, but really a good ride.
Beautiful.
After we checked into our room for the night, we headed into Kuta town to see what all the hype was about. From small markets to luxury boutiques and warungs to lively restaurants, Kuta seemed to have it all.
Just as we thought, wow, what a clean beach, we came to the other side where it's just disgusting.
So on this side, this is the southern side of Lombok and it's open to the Indian Ocean. So I really thought there would be much less trash here because there's no big towns, or well, there's a relatively big town, Kuta is here, but it's not as big as Matram. But yeah, if you look at the beach, unfortunately not. And all the famous surf beaches are just a few kilometers down here. We just came past the circuit or the Moto GP circuit here in Lombok. Not a big Moto GP follower, but yeah, there's a yearly event here, and you can see the infrastructure around it is pretty cool, the roads and stuff. You can see there's a big event here every year.
Our second beach in Kuta is by far the cleanest beach we have seen in Indonesia so far, and it's really impressive how bright white it's, soft sand, clean blue waters. It's really, really nice. There's very little tourists and probably about 40 or 50 shops selling water and drinks and foods, and the beach chairs are free if you support them. So it's really, really cool spot. And before we go home, we always stop at the fresh market because Kelegere doesn't have much. But look how strange they wrap or individually wrap the coconuts and the apples when they sell them in the store.
Our bodies decided that we needed to take the shorter route back to Avanti, but it wasn't long before we got tired of the highway and took the road less travelled. We took a small turnoff that took us between villages, and it ended up being one of the most beautiful drives we've ever taken here on Lombok.
Need to stop and rest.
After a short leg stretch with some cold water, we were off again. We rented a local friend's sister's scooter and decided to stop at the bike wash before we got home, just to get the mud off that we accumulated on the southern route. The bike wash was a mere 20,000 IDR and the guy did a fabulous job.
We are back and it looks like everything is still where it needs to be. Avanti is still here. And what a cool trip. Kuta Lombok, cannot recommend it enough. What a really quaint little town, a real little gem.
It's time to taste another local beer. Today I'm having an Anchor. It's also brewed in Indonesia, and I'm sure that the name comes from the Dutch origin, maybe Anker, like we have in Afrikaans. It's also a Pilsner beer. They've been going since 1932. Also brewed on the main island of Java. It's a 330ml can and 4.8% alcohol. The cost of this one is similar to the other Pilsners like Bintang, so about 25,000 rupiah in the supermarket. Let's see how this one goes down. It's very similar for me to the Bintang, quite refreshing and a crisp taste. Not as nice as the Singaraja that I've also tasted before. So in terms of a rating for this one, I would go for a 6.5 out of 10. Cheers.
We finally found some mozzarella in our favorite fresh market shop. So tonight is finally some pizza night. And that came out beautifully. A Mediterranean mushroom and sun-dried tomatoes and artichokes, capers, and all things beautiful.
I'm not so sure about the Mediterranean mushroom. It's a canned mushroom.
Yes, but it's a Mediterranean recipe or spices or whatever you want to call it.
Can't wait to taste it. Next week we tackle a few overdue boat jobs before having some South African visitors over for a few days. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give us a like, comment or share, or even subscribe to see when the next video will be launched. Thank you for our Patreons for your contributions and making these videos possible.